Good late night live. Today's your lucky day. I made 5 videos. So I made another video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed my recent 4 videos I made. Talked about Hollywood, Sky Source, my book Xanus. Yeah. I know most of you average people on my side of the world are sleeping, and you guys have school or work tomorrow. But all you Hollywood actors who struggle sleeping, you know what I'm saying, you guys will obviously watch that video. Victoria Justice will watch that video because Victoria Justice doesn't sleep. She's a crazy woman, obviously. She just cries to me all night long. She's a crazy, that woman. Yeah, man. Talk for another 40 minutes, I'm done, guys. Yeah, you exposed Hollywood. Yeah, I did. But at the end of the day, even though I exposed Hollywood for being dirty and all that stuff, the Gates did give the actors a good deal because they got to be famous and rich and successful. So it's like they gave them a good deal. Guys from Sarah, even though it's dirty Hollywood, the Gates gave them a good deal. The actors in Hollywood got to be famous and rich, but they paid a price. That's my point, right? But enough about that, right? Yeah. Your book is sick. What's a masterpiece, man? My book's a masterpiece, you know. Ivan, that scene you show us, that's not one of the most entertaining scenes. No. That's one of my less entertaining scenes, but it's still entertaining enough to keep you hooked, guys, right? That's the scene like right before Can't Sleep. Can't Sleep, Cassius. That's the scene right before that. There's another scene after that with Lithium Bell, and after that scene is the Can't Sleep Cassius scene. That's why my book is constant entertainment when you read it. Even my less entertaining scenes are still entertaining enough to keep you engaged and turning the page. You guys, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not showing you guys more. I already spoiled like 42% of volume 1 and 2. I'm not showing you guys any more new scenes. I almost full story for you guys, right? So I spoiled like 45% of volume 1 and 2 for you guys. But yeah, yeah, who's out? I love it, but my book's amazing. The Great Forest, I was in Lithia. Yeah, my book is sick. So Galathea is known as the Great Forest. Yes. Galathea is known as, the Saladins call it the Great Forest. It's known as the Great Forest because of its depth, right? It has like 100 feet tall trees, like a sheik. It's a huge forest. That's why they call it the Great Forest, because you have like huge trees, 100 feet tall trees. I showed you guys my picture on my laptop. Yeah, I think some of that for the mountain of Gileas. You know how that world looks amazing with natural? Yeah, looking at a beautiful world after Zayn. It's really fucking beautiful, man, for the technology of the movie. Yeah. I'm gonna talk Peter Jackson, Peter. I don't want full CGI. I want to balance practical effects with visual effects. Okay, I was just saying, yeah, practical effects with special effects and visual effects, Peter. I don't want full CGI. I'm gonna tell Peter that the way he knows. I'm the boss of Peter. You have to listen to me. I'm the boss of you, Mel. You have to listen to me, man. I don't want full CGI, Peter. I'm saying. I don't want Peter ruining my movie, man. Because Ivan, if you have Peter have the full CGI thing and digital cameras like The Hobbit, you're gonna get the Hobbit look. You have the Hobbit look for Xanus, it will not be Bear Lord of the Rings, man. It will not. I'm telling you right now, man, it will not be Bear Lord of the Rings. You're looking at a war that's computery like that. It will not talk. I want a war of something like Helm's Deep. So it's better than that, obviously. Tell me that way he knows. Yeah, Peter, I want something like your Helm's Deep. Except the orcs don't look, the wolves don't look too natural in my movie. They look more amazing, but they also look a bit natural because they're wearing the costumes and the masks, the extras. But it's updated like costumes and masks, not like your orcs and other things. No, something like they'll be an animal, except better than that. Got some Sarah, and you apply the visual effects to words and special effects, and they're devils, and you have an amazing movie. They don't, and the war is not computery like your Hobbit 3 war, Peter. Because the army in The Hobbit 3, that's all CGI. Or for my movie, it's not full CGI. No, I'm actually gonna have like 20,000 like extras wearing the costumes and the masks, and I can afford it. And that way you get a better war, obviously, for your movie. It looks more realistic, doesn't look computer, right? Because for Lord of the Rings, Peter had to rely on the CGI effects for his war. He only had a couple hundred extras for the Helmsley battle, and he applied visual effects towards it. That's why they look a little bit cheesy in some scenes, right? When you watch the war, right? Yeah. Yeah. I was looking at masterpiece, man, for saying this, right? Yeah. Looking at masterpiece. Yeah. After this video, going to bed, yeah. By the time I finish watching the video, it'll be like 12:30, 1 o'clock. I'm going to bed after that, obviously. But today's lucky day, I made 5 videos, right? 5 fucking videos. Yeah. That's where you're giving Mel and Peter a big budget. Yeah, that way they have unlimited resources, obviously, for the movie. So if you give Peter Jackson Ivan a $3 billion budget, Peter Jackson doesn't have to worry about running out of money for the costumes, for the armor, for the weapons, for the extras, for the visual effects, for the special effects, the set building, for the extras, like for the soundtrack. You know, whatever we want to do, we could afford it, man. We'd even get the best equipment for the score, the soundtrack, for Hans Zimmer's soundtrack. Or I might choose a John Debry guy who did Passion of the Christ if I choose Mel. I might have that. I might have the guy who did the score for Passion of the Christ do the score for Xanus too, if I choose Mel. If I choose Peter, I might go for Hans Zimmer, or perhaps you can go for Howard Shore if you want. But I think Hans Zimmer is best for the composer, for the music, obviously. But yeah, beautiful music. Yeah. I'm gonna tell Hans Zimmer, I want a better score than Howard Shore's Lord of the Rings. Yeah, don't worry about it, man. And Hans Zimmer composes an amazing score for the movie. The score is very important for your movie, right? You have to have an amazing score for your movie, obviously. Amazing soundtrack for your movie, obviously, right? Yeah. You have to rent the hall, and the musicians play the music and they record it. Yeah, a lot of work. Yeah. How much songs will be in your movie? I don't know, a good like 60 songs. Lord of the Rings has a good 60 songs for the movie. I'll have probably a good 60 songs for my 60 soundtracks for my Xanus movie. Yeah. Well, Xanus be like, Ivan, think something like Lord of the Rings, but it's different than Lord of the Rings. You're looking at a different world in Lord of the Rings, Xanus, obviously. It's something like Lord of the Rings, but it's different than Lord of the Rings. Ivan, will it have that medieval feel? A little bit, but it's more like Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is more of that fantasy feel like Lord of the Rings. It's not the medieval feel, no, more the Lord of the Rings feel. But the world looks different and everything, right? The world looks different, right? So, Sarah? Yeah. Taking a hot shower after this. I might go eat some food upstairs. All I ate today was those 2 slices, right? But I might go upstairs and get some food. I'm fucking hungry. Yeah. So what do you think now for the Mountain of Gilead? Well, I showed you on my laptop. I'm gonna see if the picture pops up again. Is it the let me just see if the picture's still there. I have to have my stepfather installing it. Yeah, see this? I think something like this for my, oh my god, these pop-ups. I think something like this for my world, for the Mountain of Gilead. You guys see that? Yeah, mossy green mountain trees like this for the Mountain of Gilead. See how this looks natural but looks very amazing? Yeah, I think some of this for my world. It has that natural feel where it looks also very amazing because I'm putting $3 billion, $600 million, $1.8 million towards special effects for my movie. Yeah, man. Again, beautiful like that for my movie. So it's like Lord of the Rings, but it's better than Lord of the Rings, right? Better quality, better technology than Lord of the Rings. Obviously. Now, don't forget, Lord of the Rings was made in the early 2000s, and technology has evolved and gotten much better since the early 2000s. Obviously, that's why The Hobbit, you see a difference in quality with Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Even though Lord of the Rings is a better movie trilogy, you see that the technology in The Hobbit is a bit better, obviously. But Peter relied on full CGI for The Hobbit for his movie trilogy, whereas Lord of the Rings he had more practical effects. Whereas for The Hobbit, he used full CGI for like everything, for Lake Town. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he relied on full CGI orcs for The Hobbit. You see a difference. The orcs in Lord of the Rings look a lot better than the orcs in The Hobbit. The Hobbit are all full CGI orcs. It looks very computer, whereas Lord of the Rings, they relied on the practical effects. That's why I'm going to tell Peter, I don't want full CGI for Aratat. I also don't want Aratat looking too natural like your orcs in Lord of the Rings. I want to mix it. You want the balance of it? Yeah, Peter. Practical effects, the mask, the costume, like they'll be in Annabelle, and then the visual effects and CGI towards it, and they look amazing, but they also look a bit more natural. I don't do it, Peter. I want the balance. Oh, you want the balance? Yeah, I want the balance, Peter. Tell me that I know what he knows. Ivan, can I get more of that? And I'm like, no, Peter. What I'm paying you is enough. Stop being greedy. I'm not paying more money, Peter. Stop being greedy. Greedy pig, yeah. But who you're gonna choose, man, for the records? That's tough, man. Somebody tells me I'm gonna go for Mel Gibson, man. I talk about period a lot, but somebody tells me I'm gonna go for Mel, man. Somebody tells me he's gonna make the better movie. I might choose Mel, right? Mel's cheaper too than Peter. Doesn't cost me as much money. He's still signed a mega deal. Mel Gibson sounded like a $550 million deal around there. In Canadian money, which is like $400 million in his American money. He signed a mega deal, Mel Gibson. $400 million deal in his American money. He's been signed. He's walking with like $200 million in his bank, Mel Gibson. He made a lot of money. Not the money that Peter's making, but he's making a lot of money now for the movie, obviously, right? Mel Gibson. Yeah. If I choose Mel, I'll have him and Randy Walls help me with the screenplay, help me with the script for the movie. You write an amazing movie together, obviously. Have Randy Walls help you with the screenplay. And Ronnie Walsh will have him help my 17 with the business calls. But Ronnie Walsh will be in his 80s. He'll be older, right? He's like 76 now. He'll be like 86, 85, around 86, 87. He'll be fucking old, Ronnie Walsh. And by the time the movie comes out, he'll be pushing 90. Ronnie Walsh will be fucking old, man. Obviously. But he'll still be good enough to handle the work. I can handle the work. Don't worry about Ivan. Even though I'm in my 80s, I'll help you with the screenplay, Ivan. I can handle the work, Ivan. Yeah, you can handle the work. He's just a bit older, obviously. And Mel Gibson will be pushing almost 80. He'll be like late 70s, 77, 78. By the time he films the movie, he might be 80. Mel Gibson, when he films the movie, he's older now, Mel, obviously. But he'll be able to handle the work. I have to worry about I can handle the work. I'm an old man, but I can handle the work, Ivan. Mel will be able to handle the work for the movie, obviously. And pay him a lot of money. That way, Mel Gibson, after he does Xanus, he can retire. He's like 80 now, 79, 78. He can retire and just spend time with his family if he wants to retire, or he might continue to work in Hollywood. I don't know. I don't know, Samsara. Yeah. 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 Sorry, guys. I'm really tired. This is my final video. I'm fucking tired, guys. I'll get paid for this shit. Here we go. Not have you guys do like that, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. That's where Oscar Isaac and Adam Driver these are gonna have John. Oh yeah, they are. They're gonna have John. There you go. John, man, you're fucking lucky, man. You get to be part of that amazing story with Ivan and Region, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a $3 billion budget movie. I know. I saw the news. It's like a $3 billion budget movie. Holy shit, man. Yeah, man. And John, you signed your mega like 20+ million deal. I know. I saw my mega deal. Yeah, John will tell me that. We don't make this in Hollywood, John. They don't make that in Hollywood, those guys. Oscar Isaac and Adam Driver make like 3, 4, 5, maybe $6 million in Hollywood. Those guys make. Daisy really probably makes for 3, 2, 3 in Hollywood. And John saw like his 27 million deals. I mean, crazy. 26, 27 million. It's not a mega deal, John. John Baker, right? The movie is Tessitonius. John, man, you're fucking lucky, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I saw your magazine pictures and your interview, man. Like, holy shit, man. Yeah, man. Ivan's got goes out. I got featured on the magazines and they interview us. And I got paid for it. Good money for it. Yeah, you're fucking lucky, John. You have to envy yourself, see. The envy John, but the jealous of John, obviously. You know. Yeah. Envious of John. Yeah. Also, Isaac Avatar is really right. Yeah. Well, Ivan, who are luckier, Ivan? Seriously, man. The greatest escape actors are the Xanus stars. Oh, the Xanus stars are much more luckier than the Great Escape stars. Obviously, the only thing about the Great Escape actors, the A's actors sign bigger deals than the Xanus actors. Obviously, they're making more money, but in terms of the journey and the fame and the buzz, the Xanus actors are luckier than the Great Escape stars. As Xanus will have crazier buzz than the Great Escape. It's the greatest story ever told. And everything of them are going to be devils and demons. As you guys saw in my documentary, guys, you're looking at demons like that, man. It's a bit scary than that, man. Devils, man. And John Mega, Von George, G1, Sue, Edges Alba, Ariana Grande, Andy Serkis, and all those guys are part of that journey. Carl Urban are part of that journey with me and BJ in the movie, and fighting all those devils and beings, and experiencing the horror of devils and beings. Those devil beings. Yeah, man. Lucky you're all of a sudden. Xanus will have crazy buzz, man. That's been crazy, man, you know. The buzz is crazy with Xanus, man. Yeah, man. So, what about a nice $20 million for John Boyega? I'm like, no, guys, he's not worth that. He gets 10. I'm not paying John 20. If you pay John 20, Ivan, he now signed like a 37 million, almost 40 million deal. John Boyega's not worth that, man. He knows it. 27 million is around the way it ranges where I'm not paying more than that, man. He's not worth more than that, bro. Because the agent might push for 15, 20. I'm like, no, guys. John's not worth that. He gets 10. I'm not paying more than that, man. He's not worth that. There we go. $10 million the film brought for John is enough. I'm not paying more money, man. With the movie, right? With the movie contract. Yeah. It's a deal, man. I'm saying he sounds like contract John. You know. He doesn't make that in Hollywood, you know. He makes like his 3 in Hollywood, you know. Yo, I only made like 1.7 million for Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, John, I'm paying you like $27, $28 million deal, man. It's a mega deal, which is like 16, 17 million in your pounds. Obviously. So John Boyega is walking away with like, I don't know, 8 million, 8.5, 9 million back cover taxes around there. Millions of dollars in John's bank, right? A lot of money for him. 8, 9 million around there, he's walking away after taxes and H's cut around there, right? Because he's affected by the rates. Because even though I'm paying John $27 million, he's getting paid that in Canadian money, but he lives in London, he lives in England, and pounds are worth more than the Canadian dollars. That's like 27 million is like 16 to 17 million in his pounds. 17 million after taxes is like $10 million around there. His agent takes 10% of that. That's like 1 million. John's walking away with perhaps 9, 8 million in his bank after taxes. His agent's cut. He's $8 million richer. That's a lot of money for John Boyega, right? Man, I'm not paying him 20. That's what else, man. I'm like, no, John, you're not worth that, man. You get 10. Stop being greedy, John. You know, I'm not paying more than 20, you greedy pig. Yeah. Like, what else, man? I'm like, no, John, you get 10. I'm not paying you 20. You're getting greedy, John. It's a deal, man. I'm saying he signs that contract, yeah. And don't worry, John, I will not shrink your picture in the posters. Don't worry about that, John. Right? Like Star Wars did to him. Star Wars did him dirty. In the Chinese poster, they shrank his picture in the Chinese poster. Yeah, man, that's cold, man. Don't worry about John. I'm not gonna do that for you. For the poster, you're gonna be featured with me and all the actors. Looking at, yeah, I think something like an Infinity War. Now we have a bunch of pictures. Some of that's my posters, right? When John's featured, John Boyega will be featured with me on the posters for the movie. Von Joje, Idris Elba, G1, they're featured with me on the posters, obviously, for the movie, obviously, right here. And John Boyega will be featured with me and Von Jona's guys, all the Xanus stars on the Empire character ad shoots, 4th year during production. So the second year and the 3rd year is the business ad shoots, where they wore suits and everything in their casual clothing. And then fourth year, when production happens, the actors, all the Xanus stars are going to all the major stars, the Xanus stars, right, are going to get together with me and VJ, and we do the pictures, and they interview us for the character ones, where they're in character mode, they're wearing their character clothing, like Empire, right? You guys know the Empire? I showed you something like that, and they interview me and all the actors every Friday. Because Friday I'll do a thing where we only shoot for maybe 6 hours, and the rest of the actors get the rest of the off, but they have to do their magazine shoot for the Empire character ad shoots fourth year, and the interviews are going to interview the actors and I guess feature on the website. That's why the web designer and the photographers and the graphic designers are going to be hard at work doing all that work fourth year. That's why I'm paying them more money that year, right? Yeah, photographers you can pay $200K fourth year, and then the editors and the web designer get like their $150K, which is a good paycheck, obviously. Because my web designers and graphic designers and photographers are part-time workers. They're not my full-time employees. I don't need them full-time, right? They're part-time. They can do their thing in Hollywood and make their rich salary, and they make good part-time money working for me on the side. But fourth year, I need them full-time working for me because I'm paying you $200K, $150K. That's how much photographers make in Hollywood around there. That's enough money for them to work full-time fourth year. Nice and Sarah. With the Xanus Movie, right? Yeah. Yeah. Obviously. Will you interview Peter O'Mell during fourth year? Maybe, but it's a separate issue, obviously, right? A separate magazine issue, whatever it's called, right? Yeah, it's a separate section. Yeah, got some Sarah. Yeah, most likely not. Though I'll just have them interview the actors for the character attributes, right? Yeah. So during production, the actors are doing a lot of work. They have to film Monday to Sunday. They film, but Fridays I'll do a thing where I'll tell Peter or Mel, okay, for Fridays we only film for maybe 7 hours. Give the actors more time off, that way they can get more sleep on Fridays, and then we have to do the magazine character attributes for the movie, and they get featured on the magazines and all that stuff. Is you guys can read the magazine catalog thing, whatever it is, right? Yeah, to build buzz for the movie, obviously. That's what Xanus have crazy buzz, man. Yeah, man. Everything are gonna be devils and demons, man. It's gonna be crazy. Well, you asked Peter how scary Aerith are, but yeah, I'll ask Peter O'Malley. Yeah, Peter, with this technology, putting $600 towards special visual effects and $250 towards the costumes, arm weapons, and the mask and the costumes like Delby and Annabelle, how scary will Aerith be with this kind of technology? Peter's like, yeah, Ivan, you're looking at a devil, Ivan. You're looking at the most of being obedient. This is so scary. This is taking horror to the next level, Ivan. Whereby the world's gonna fill for you guys, Ivan. Ivan, this is way too scary, man. You put way too much money towards the movie. I'm like, yeah, Peter, that way Eric the Devil's names. I'm doing Peter. Yeah, but Ivan, man, this is way too scary, man. This is way too scary for the world, man. The world's gonna fill for you guys, Ivan. I know, Peter, that way I tell a powerful story. I know I'm doing, Peter. You want this to be the greatest story ever told, have Eric to be rated our devils. Obviously, some Sarah. Like, they cut people's heads off, they feast on human flesh. The scene with the noble, Cornelius' father, my idea is when he arrives back, he gets captured by Eratat and his small army in the prologue. And Eratat decapitates his head, obviously. That way it's a powerful story, and the world fills for us. I know I'm doing, Peter. So you want a rated R? Yeah, I want it R rated. And I want Aerith to be a devil. I don't do it that way. It's a powerful sword. I don't do it, Peter. Sarah. Yeah. Let me say, guys, I'm gonna go just to get some food. I'm fucking hungry, guys. Skip the video all the way up. Alright guys, sorry for the long wait. We're upstairs to make some food. You're eating leftovers, Ivan? Half and half. I'm eating leftover chicken and like peas, like stir fry with rice, and then the yams she made today. I'm eating yams with rice, right? You guys waited almost 6 minutes. Sorry about that, guys. 5 minutes, whatever it is. You know. This is good. So Ivan, Peter might push for full CGI. Yeah, he might. You might tell me, Ivan, you should have the wolves and bats be full CGI. I'm like, no, Peter. I don't like your Azog look in The Hobbit. I don't want full CGI for the wolves and bats. I know I'm doing, Peter. Have those characters wear a costume and a mask. Like the devil being, like my Thesis documentary. Yeah, a mask like that. Except it's better than that because I'm putting like $250 scores on that, right? Better quality than that. And when you apply the visual effects towards it and CGI effects or special effects, visual effects, they look amazing. And they're demons. But they don't look too computery like your Azog in The Hobbit, Peter. I'm going to be very strict with Peter, obviously. I don't want that look. I'm going to be strict with Mal too if I choose Mal right. I don't like that. I don't like that look, guys. I don't want full CGI. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. Wow, you got some balls to say that Xanus Movie Lord of the Rings. Nah, guys, man. You're looking at Beverly True Lord of the Rings, man. You'll see what I mean if you read my book. I won't spoil story for you, right? Yeah. Volume 1 and 2, you can argue will be just as good as Fellowship. Volume 1 will be just as good as Fellowship. Fellowship is a masterpiece. And Volume 2 will be just as good as Two Towers. Or you can argue it's a little bit better, but like for Volume 2, there is no big battle scene, right? Like Helm's Deep. There is a battle scene, but there's no big battle scenes like Helm's Deep. So Volume 1 and 2, you can argue are like kind of equal to Lord of the Rings. Then once you hit Volume 3, that's when Xanus surpasses Lord of the Rings because you have the huge exodus, like Prince of Egypt. You have Eretat and his army arriving to the empty city. The devils and the Eretat. There's no trace of universe inside of it. That's when it tops Lord of the Rings. And you have the crazy shit that goes on in Volume 3. I won't spoil story when you read the book, obviously. The dark shit, right? Because Volume 3 is very dark. It's a dark episode attacking his life, right? When you read the book, right? Yeah. Well, man, show us Volume 3. Nah, guys, man. I already spoiled quite a bit of Volume 1 2, but I can't show you Volume 3. Otherwise, I'm going to spoil the whole story for you. There's nothing worse than you paying for the book knowing what happens. Like, I'm not going to show you Volume 3, guys. I'm not showing you shit. I know. Volume 3, I'm not touching that, man. Because I already spoiled a little bit of Volume 1, 2, 3, guys, right? Duh, yeah. Alright, you think Volume 2 is better than Volume 1? Yes, it is. Volume 2 is by far the more superior volume than Volume 1. Well, there are some fans who might like Volume 1 better, but I highly doubt that Volume 2 is better than Volume 1, right? It's better than now. Volume 1 is amazing too, though. It's not as good as Volume 2, obviously. And Volume 3 for me is better than Volume 2, but I mean, you can argue Volume 2 is better. It depends how the art hits you, right? Almost done, guys. And after this, I'm going to bed, guys. I'm fucking tired. I'm feeling the fatigue now. After this, I'm going to go have a good sleep. Listen to some music and sleep, right? Sleep through me just annoying crying right now. Yeah. Alright, do you really think Peter will work harder for you than Lord of the Rings? Yeah, he will. Because I paid him more money, man. I gave him better perks. And I got him out too. I gave him his free, don't forget that, right? Peter wasn't doing the same. Peter made $250 million for Lord of the Rings, so chances are he had to smash probably a few hundred people to make that $250 million. Yeah, 500, 400, 300 people you have to smash. 200 people you have to smash. That's something crazy. To make that money, right? Pay the price, man. Yeah, Peter paid a heavy price to make that $2 million, man. Don't hate Peter, I'm saying, yeah. Peter only made $250 million for Lord of the Rings, and I'm paying him $1.6 billion for his deal, obviously. $85 million for his base, $250 million for the game, $200 million for the merch, and $850 million of the film profits. That's like a 3 million deal around there. Check right now. Where's my calculator? Yeah, Peter signed, I think, a 1.3 billion deal in Canadian, which is like 1.6 in his New Zealand money, in $1 billion. That's enough for him. I'm not paying him anymore, Peter. Man, greedy. Paying, all right, it's as long. I'm just messing with you. Yeah, Peter, stop being greedy. That's what you're worth. I'm not paying you anymore, man. Greedy pig, yeah. So, okay. Calculator. I can't find my other calculator. My calculator was usually here. I don't see it. fucking go. Okay, 85 plus 200 plus 250 plus 850. How much is that in Canadian money? Yeah, 1.385 billion. That's like 1.6 in his New Zealand money, Peter, sign, right? 1.5, 1.6. Canadian to New Zealand money. How much was it again, sorry? 1.385, okay. Yeah, Peter signed a 1.698 billion deal. 1.6, almost a 1. Yeah, Peter signed almost a 1.7 billion deal, man. A 1.698 billion deal. $1,698,000,000. Peter signed. That's almost 1.7 billion. Peter's walking away like 850 something million in his bank. That's not money for Peter. I'm not paying him money. It's not for him, obviously. Oh, I have to go sign me up. Yeah, that's not money for me. That's all being greedy. I'm not paying more money by you greedy pig. Yeah. Peter's greedy. That way he works hard for you when he directs the master's policy. My Peter, I paid you all this money. I expect you to work your ass off for me. Yeah, Ivan, I will. Don't worry about it, boss. You signed almost a 1.7 million deal, Ivan. Almost a 1.7 billion deal. Yeah, Peter. You're walking away like almost $900 in your bank. I expect you to work hard for me, Peter. You can't be slacking off. You gotta work hard. And he works hard for me, obviously, because I pay him a lot of money. 1.6 billion deal. That's a huge deal. For Peter, right? Yeah. Biggest contract ever in history, right? Yeah. 1.698 billion. So almost a 1.7 billion deal Peter signed. It's not a huge deal, Peter, yeah. 1,698,000,000 is pretty much 1.7. Peter signed pretty much a 1.7 billion deal in his New Zealand money. So he's walking away with, yeah, that's like $1 billion after taxes around there. Yeah, $1.2 billion after taxes, I think, is 1.7. His agent takes 10% of that. That's 120 million. Peter is making, yeah, like 900 million after taxes around there in his bank. And his agent is making like 120 million off Peter. Peter Jackson's agent, Ken Cameron, is getting paid, man. He's making like 120 million off Peter. Because he takes his 10% and Peter gets the $900 million. Yeah, that's why I'm not, Peter, that's enough. I'm not paying your money. I'm just messing, man. That's not money for me. A 1.7 million, he's like, holy shit, Ivan. That's like $900 in my bank. Yeah, Peter, that's not money for me, Ivan. That's a lot of gold, I know, Peter. Are you happy? I'm happy with that contract, Ivan. Thank you, man. You're very generous, man. And you gave me a $3 million budget. I'm like, yeah, Peter. He's like, holy shit, man. And all these perks. I'm like, yeah, he's like, holy shit, man. He's like, sign me up, Ivan. You don't worry about it, boss. I'm going to work my ass off for you. I'm going to make an amazing movie together. I'm going to make an amazing movie, Ivan. And Peter works much harder than me to do Lord of the Rings. Because I'm paying him way more money than what he made for Lord of the Rings, right? Yeah. $1.7 billion deal, man. For Peter, that's a huge deal for Peter Jackson, right? Yeah. That's why I'm not paying him more money, man. If he gets greedy, I'm not paying Peter more money. Yeah. But even what he's making is peanuts compared to how much money me are making. As me are gonna make like, I don't know, our $50 billion off of Xanus brand, man. So compare Peter's 1.7 to me, we just $50 billion, obviously. But don't forget, Amazon's taking 10% of that. So with the fees and everything, and Amazon's 10%, me and VG are taking home a good $43 billion, $42 billion if we make $50 billion in profit. Make $50 billion in profit, Amazon takes 5 billion of that. Me and VJ have 45, and a good like maybe 2.3 billion is going to the other guys. Me and VJ have like 43, 42 billion in our bank. Obviously. No, sorry, the $50 billion is for the movie merch and the game. Chances are me and VJ will make maybe 30 billion off the movie and the merch. Amazon takes 3, then Peter's money and the actors' money and the 7 team. Me and VJ take like $24 billion home, obviously. We make another maybe 20 billion off the game. We make 50 billion for the whole brand. Yeah, I mean, VJ. That's why Peter wants a bigger cut of that, because he knows, even though he signed a mega deal, he's making peanuts compared to how much money me and VJ are making. Yes, Peter, you're making your peanuts because me and VJ are the boss. We're much bigger than you, man. I'm not gonna have you do my time, man. This is enough. I'm not paying for money, man. A 1.7 million deal is enough, Peter. You're walking with like $900 in your bank. That's not money for you. Stop being greedy. But boy, did Peter Jackson's agent get paid, man. Ken Cummings is walking away like 100, like 10 million, 20 million. Peter's making about 900, 890, 880 million after taxes. His agent's taking like $100 million of his royalties. His agent takes 10% of Peter's earnings, obviously. His agent, Ken Cummings, got paid, man. $100 million in bank, right? His Peter's manager, right now. That's why Scott's above the water. And Zane's will be the greatest we should have made. Anyways, guys, this is my final video, guys. I really mean it. 5 videos today. It's Iron Man saying out. Peace. Hope you guys enjoy this amazing show from Ivan Amara. All you average people who go to school tomorrow morning and who work, you guys will see this video tomorrow. Was all you Hollywood celebrities who can't sleep, struggle sleeping, I'm saying, don't hate them, saying, you guys will obviously watch the show. And VJ will obviously watch the show with me, because Victoria Justice, my wife, is crazy and she never sleeps. Anyways, guys, this is very well. The show is Ivan saying out. Peace. Peace out, guys. Xanus. Oh, hate him, son.